Welcome to Alto Staffing. This video is to walk you through the application process in our new workforce portal. So when you log into the workforce portal, this is what you're going to see. These icons here are the ones that are most important right now: personal, preferences, and experience. So you'll notice here we're going to start with the personal icon, and you'll notice that up here it says 50% complete. And you'll notice on the other two important icons, 40% complete and 1% complete. We want these to be 100% complete to finish your application. So we're going to start with the personal icon. We're going to click on it. And the first thing that's going to pop up in the first section is going to be your contact info. Now, your first name, last name, mobile phone, and email address should already be populated. If not, go ahead and fill it out. And then once you're done with that, you're going to save the contact info. Now you always want to make sure that it says completed right here in the upper right corner of that particular section. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go down to home address. This is the next section. I'm just going to put in a dummy address, 123 Alto Street, and the city is also required, and the zip code is required, and the state is required. So after I get done inputting all that information, I'm going to click Save Home Address. And you'll notice up here in the right corner, it now says complete, where it did say incomplete. You'll notice that in these next two sections is emergency contact and referral. Both of these sections are optional. You can input your information. If not, you can skip right past them to the next section, which you'll see up here in the right corner with an arrow called preferences. So in the first section of preferences, you'll notice that it's work preferences, and you'll notice that this is optional. This is the date available and position type. You can't input information here, but it is optional. The first section that is not optional, and you'll notice where it says incomplete, is shift preferences. Here, this is very important because this is related to the open shifts you're going to see once you're in the workforce portal. So right now I have all of these 8-hour shifts and 12-hour shifts checkmarked. And this right here is very important too. This is the distance you're willing to drive from your home to the job site. And this will also have impact on what open shifts you see. So if you're willing to drive, I would suggest 50 miles. You will see more open shifts that way. And then once you're done selecting that, you just click Confirm Shift Preferences, and then you'll see it change from incomplete to complete. Work locations is optional. And when you get down to the last section, notification settings, this is absolutely important here too. You'll notice that it says assignment notifications. How often do you want to receive notifications? This is very important because this tells the system to send you emails with important notifications. If you have it on never, you're never going to receive an email from our system, which means if you have upcoming credentials that are expiring or anything like that, you'll never see it. So it also states in the employee handbook, it's very important to choose daily or weekly here. If you don't want notifications daily, by all means choose weekly. And then once you selected your daily or weekly, you're going to hit submit. And then you're going to move on to credentials. Sorry about that. Here in credentials, you'll notice that these two spots are optional. You can put in your license. In this case, if you're an STNA, you would add state license. And once you do choose to add a state license, these that have an asterisk next to it is absolutely required. But if you click the back button here, you'll notice that if you don't have to add a license or a certification right now, this is absolutely optional for the application process. So I'm going to go ahead and skip to the last section, which is experience. And the education and work sections are required, but when you click add a school, the only field here that is mandatory is what school. So you can go ahead and just say, I'm going to put a dummy in, I'll say Alto High School. And then once you hit save changes, you'll notice that the 0 of 1 is now a 1, which is complete. Now the rest of that information you can enter, but you only have to enter the school name in order to complete this section. Now the next section is the work history, same thing. It'll say enter up to 10 years of work history, at least one previous employer. So if you click add work history, you'll notice here that only the facility name is required. So I'm going to put Alto Staffing, which you put the facility name in your employment history. The rest of these fields are optional, but you're more than welcome to fill them out. And then I would save changes, and that would turn that 0 of 1 to a 1, which means that's complete. And then once that's complete, that is the application. And you'll see up here in the right corner, it says Acknowledgement. This is the page that you want to get to in order to sign off on this application. So you'll click Acknowledgement. You'll answer a few questions. So are you legally authorized to work in the United States? Yes. Have you ever been convicted of a crime? I'm going to put no. Has any malpractice claim ever been brought against you? I'm going to put no. And I'm going to also put no on this question. And then once you answer all those questions right there, it's going to ask you, it's going to say the application is called Profile on the Portal. It's going to give you some instructions and just some reading material. And then you're going to sign your name. Now, I'm doing this on the desktop, so it's a little tougher to sign your name, but when you're doing it on your phone, you can use your finger to sign this. So I'm going to sign that, and then I'm going to acknowledge and agree. And then it's going to give you some steps to continue on in the workforce portal, but that was all you had to do in order to complete just the application for the workforce portal. And you can also download the application that you just filled out if you want. Thank you for watching this video.